Good evening and welcome to Financial Week. I'm Milton Walker. Jamaica's economy recorded its strongest quarterly growth in almost 2 years in the June quarter. The growth, measured at 2.2% in the 3 months April to June, was faster than the 1.4% recorded in the first quarter of 2018. It also marks 14 consecutive quarters of expansion since the July to September quarter in 2016. Statin attributes the growth to improved performances in the goods, producing and services industry. At least one businessman is calling on the government to abolish corporate income tax. Gary Peart, CEO of Mayberry Investments, argues that businesses can contribute more to the economy without the tax. He was addressing Mayberry's monthly investors forum yesterday. TVJ's Andrew Laidley reports.
Every registered company in Jamaica is required to pay corporate income tax, but CEO of Mayberry Investments, Gary Peart, is suggesting that it may not be necessary. He argues that government stands to gain more if they focus on indirect forms of taxation for corporate entities.
Given the experiment of the junior market, should the government of Jamaica consider abolishing income tax for corporate entities, if not individuals? But certainly for corporate entities, because what you're seeing is that if you incentivize a corporate entity to make more money, they're going to create more goods and services, which will drive other forms of taxes, which gives you a greater benefit. But that's a question for governments to take on.
But how would it work? Mr. Peart gave an idea which he claims has already been tried and proven.
What we have found when we did an analysis of the junior market was all of these companies were now incentivized to grow their bottom line to try and maximize profit because they weren't paying income tax. But we discovered that even though the government forego the income tax, they actually started to collect more taxes from that company through GCT, payroll taxes, because the companies became more profitable. As their revenues increased, they hired more persons. And this was the phenomenon that we saw in the junior market.
The Mayberry CEO says businesses will continue to turn over higher profits as economic conditions improve. But he notes that the burden of corporate income tax depletes the contribution that company can make to economic growth.
We believe the economy will continue to do well. Even if interest rates starts to trend up, we're not seeing double-digit interest rates for another year or 18 months.
For the Business Day, I'm Andrew Laidley.
Currency trading ended the day with the US dollar selling for $134.64. The Canadian dollar sold for $103.70. The pound closed the day at $178.18, while the euro is going for $155.69. Oil prices traded lower today. Oil for delivery in November went down by 7 cents to settle at $72.12 a barrel. The JC Index gained 4,817 points today, while the Junior Market Index lost 34 points. Among the winners today were Burrito Investments, Carib Cement, Dolphin Cove, Elite Diagnostic, Grace Kennedy, Ann Rock Insurance and Jamaica Broilers Group. On the losing end were AMG Packaging and Paper, Berger Paints, Siboney Group, Derrimond Trading, Everything Fresh, Foss Rich, G West Corporation and Honey Bun. That's Financial Week. I'm Milton Walker. Good evening.